We go in depth now, getting answers to your questions after some major delays this morning on the Washington Bridge. I sat down with Rhode Island DOT Director Peter Alviti this afternoon to ask about that and much more. Take a listen. Let's start with the news of the day. This morning, traffic was pretty bad.
Yeah.
After some
It was awful. You could say it.
It was awful.
Yeah,
you would admit it. What went wrong?
A couple of things. You know, whenever we do a traffic change, I'll always preface it in the days before by saying, look, we're going to put this traffic change in place. Undoubtedly, the first day is always somewhat of an issue because people are approaching it, and even if the work zone is perfectly laid out, people are approaching it for the first time, right? And so you have some hesitancy, and it causes some backup. So that's normal, though. What happened today is, in addition to that, we need to do some changes to the way we have it laid out, the geometry of it. And we saw that in people's reaction to it this morning. And overnight tonight, we will be adjusting the lane striping and the merges the way they happen. We'll be changing the eastbound lanes from 2 lanes to 3 lanes overnight tonight also. So 2 things happening at once. They both affect traffic in 2 different directions, and I'm sure the changes, you know, what happens with these kinds of changes is even if we get them perfect on the first day, there'll be a little bit of a delay because people have to get used to the new visual or the new traffic pattern. The
governor announced he's hired some attorneys, presumably to potentially sue some contractors and get some money back. But my question is, don't the contractors answer to the DOT? Doesn't the buck ultimately stop with you?
It does. And I think the forensic team that we have in place and the attorneys have been given the mission to include everything in their analysis. You know, DOT, the contractors, wherever the facts lead, I think is the appropriate thing. And whatever the results are is the appropriate thing. And I think we're giving both the attorneys and the forensic teams the autonomy to be able to draw their conclusions independently of any influence of us.
Any sense of how much longer that forensic analysis is going to take?
I hesitate to try and give a sense of the time because I want to truly leave it up to the forensic team. I'm hoping within the next few weeks, the next month, we'll hear back from them.
My colleague Alexandra Leslie reported recently on a memo that was posted to the Rhode Island DOT website, since been removed, detailing some enhanced bridge inspections. Yeah. Does this mean that the prior bridge inspection process for these complex bridges wasn't robust enough? Well,
you know, 20/20 hindsight is always the best. And as we have throughout the last several years here at DOT, we continue to make improvements. I mean, 8 years ago, we were on kind of an erratic bridge inspection schedule. 8 years ago, we implemented an inspection of every single bridge in the state to create a baseline. Then we implemented 1-year inspections rather than 2-year interval inspections. Then we went with a number of private companies simultaneously out there inspecting all 1,100 bridges every year continuously. And now, as a result of the things that we learned, that some bridges are designed in ways that have latent conditions or conditions that aren't easily detectable by some of the traditional and customary inspections that we've done, we continue to make improvements to that.
I want to ask you about RIPTA. You're the chair of the board. There's been a meeting called for this Thursday after RIPTA's CEO and the former Warwick Mayor Scott Avedisian was charged with a misdemeanor in a hit-and-run crash at a Warwick restaurant. Have you spoken with him since that happened?
I have not.
Why not?
Well, I think we'll have an opportunity to speak with him with the rest of the board on Thursday of this week. We scheduled a meeting on Thursday to be able to have that conversation with Scott. I think you know, he's got his hands full with legal entanglements with the traffic violation itself, and we wanted to afford him some time to think things out on his own before we met with him, and have the board members formulate their questions.
What questions do you have for him?
Well, look, I mean, there are a lot of questions surrounding the propriety and the actual event that happened. But, you know, I'd like to hear that first and hear what other board members have, and the conversation that we'll have among the board members and with Scott, I'm hoping will bring the proper solution to light.
And we'll have more of that conversation online at WPRI.com and coming up tonight at 5 and 6 over on WPRI 12.